Hello, welcome back to our English Learning Radio. I'm John. Before we begin, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're not smart enough to learn English? Like your brain just doesn't work that way? Well, today's story will change everything you believe about failure. Let's start.
Chapter 1. The Lie We All Believe. Section 1. The Myth That Keeps You Small. What if I told you the smartest man in history failed math? You think you're not smart enough. You think your mistakes mean you're broken. You look at your English and you feel small. You see others speaking perfectly, and you think, I will never be like them. But what if I told you something that changes everything? Albert Einstein. You know this name. Everyone knows this name. The genius. The man who understood the universe. The man who saw things no one else could see. His brain was different. His ideas changed the world forever. But here's what they don't tell you. Einstein failed. Yes, the smartest man in history failed. He failed math. He failed school. Teachers said he would never succeed. They called him slow. They said he was stupid. Can you believe that? The man who would one day explain how time works was told he wasn't smart enough? And maybe right now you're thinking, wait, how is that possible? Good. That question is important. Because if Einstein, the greatest mind in modern history, could fail and still win, then what does that mean for you?
It means your mistakes don't define you. It means your struggles don't make you weak. It means the fact that English is hard right now doesn't mean you'll never learn it. Einstein's story is not just about math. It's not just about science. It's about something bigger. It's about the lie we all believe. The lie that says, if I fail, I'm a failure. The lie that says, if I'm slow, I'm stupid. The lie that says, if I struggle, I should give up. Einstein proved that lie wrong. And today, you're going to see exactly how he did it. This is not just his story. This is your story too. Because if the smartest man who ever lived could fail math and still change the world, then you can fail at English today and still become fluent tomorrow. So let me take you back to the beginning, back to when Einstein was just a boy who couldn't even speak.
Chapter 2. The Boy Who Couldn't Speak. Section 1. A Silent Child. Albert Einstein was born in Germany in 1879, but something was wrong. He didn't speak. Other children his age were talking. They were laughing, they were playing, but Albert? Silent. 1 year passed, then 2, then 3. Still no words. His mother was worried. His father was confused. They took him to doctors. The doctors didn't know what to say. Some thought he would never speak at all. Finally, at age 4, Albert said his first words. 4 years old.
Most children speak at age 2, but Albert was different. Slow, quiet, strange. When he started school, the problems continued. Teachers didn't like him. He asked too many questions. He didn't follow rules. He daydreamed in class. Other students laughed at him. They called him names. They said he was dumb. Even his teachers agreed. One teacher told his father, "It doesn't matter what Albert does, he will never amount to anything." Imagine that. A teacher, someone who is supposed to help you grow, telling your parents you'll never succeed. Albert heard these words. He felt the shame. He saw how people looked at him. But inside his quiet head, something was happening. He was thinking, deeply, constantly. His mind was building ideas that no one else could see. He wasn't slow, he was just different. And the world didn't understand differently.
Section 2. The School That Broke Him. School was a prison for Albert Einstein. In Germany, schools were strict, very strict. Students had to sit still, memorize facts, repeat answers, obey without question. But Einstein's brain didn't work like that. He wanted to understand why. He wanted to explore ideas. He wanted to ask questions that had no easy answers. The teachers hated this. They wanted obedience. Einstein gave them curiosity. They wanted silence. Einstein gave them questions. They wanted robots. Einstein was a dreamer. So they punished him. When he asked why, they told him to be quiet. When he thought differently, they marked him wrong. When he didn't memorize fast enough, they called him lazy.
Einstein hated school. He felt trapped, misunderstood, alone. He didn't fit into the system, and the system didn't care. Instead of helping him, they broke him. They told him he wasn't good enough. They made him feel small. They made him doubt himself. Sound familiar? Maybe you've felt this too. Maybe you've been in a classroom where the teacher moved too fast. Maybe you've taken a test and felt stupid. Maybe you've tried to speak English and people laughed. Einstein felt that pain too. And then came the moment everyone talks about, the math test. The test that made the world believe Einstein was bad at math. But here's the truth. Chapter 3. The Famous Failure. Section 1. The Math Test Legend. Did Einstein really fail math? This is the question everyone asks, the myth everyone believes, the story everyone shares. And yes, he did fail, but not for the reason you think. Let me explain. Einstein didn't fail math because he was bad at numbers. He didn't fail because he couldn't solve problems. He failed because he refused to do things the way the teachers demanded. You see, in school, math has rules. You must show your work. You must follow steps. You must solve problems exactly the way the teacher shows you. But Einstein didn't care about the rules.
He saw the answer in his head immediately. He understood the problem before the teacher finished explaining it. He solved it his own way, a way that was faster, smarter, more creative. But when he wrote down his answer without showing the correct steps, the teacher marked it wrong. Wrong, even though his answer was right, even though his method was brilliant, even though he understood math better than most adults. The system rejected him, not because he failed math, but because math, the way it was taught, failed to understand him. This is the truth they don't tell you.
Einstein wasn't bad at math. He was too good. His mind worked at a level the system couldn't recognize. So instead of celebrating his genius, they punished it. They gave him a failing grade. They called him a poor student. They made him feel like he didn't belong. And for years, people believed the lie. Einstein failed math. But the real story is this. Einstein didn't fail math. Math failed to see his brilliance. And maybe, just maybe, you're like Einstein too.
Maybe you're not bad at English. Maybe English just hasn't recognized your potential yet. Maybe the tests, the grades, the rules, they don't see how hard you're trying, how much you're growing, how far you've come. Einstein's failure wasn't about ability.
It was about a system that didn't understand him. Your struggle with English, it's not about ability either. It's about time, practice, patience, growth. Einstein proved that failure is not the end, it's just the beginning. By the way, if you're enjoying this story, do me a favor, hit that like button. It helps other English learners find this video. Now, back to Einstein's journey. And his story was only getting started. Chapter 4. The Wilderness Years. Section 1. Rejection after rejection. After school, Einstein's life got harder. He applied to universities, rejected. He applied for teaching positions, rejected. He sent letters to professors hoping someone would give him a chance, rejected. Nobody wanted him. Nobody believed in him. Finally, he found work at a patent office in Switzerland. It wasn't a glamorous job. He read documents, he checked inventions, he filed papers, day after day, boring, repetitive, invisible. While other scientists were in laboratories, Einstein sat at a desk surrounded by paperwork. He felt stuck, he felt forgotten. He wondered if his teachers were right. Maybe he really would never amount to anything. But here's what's beautiful. Einstein didn't stop thinking. Even in that small office, even while doing boring work, his mind was alive. He thought about light. He thought about time. He thought about space. He asked questions no one else was asking. He had no lab, no team, no funding, no support. But he had something more important. He had curiosity. And he had discipline. Every night after work, he went home and wrote. He filled notebooks with ideas. He explored theories. He challenged everything he'd been taught. The world didn't know his name yet, but inside that quiet office, a revolution was being born.
Section 2. The Quiet Revolution. In 1905, something incredible happened. Einstein published 4 papers, 4 scientific papers that changed everything. He explained how light works. He explained how atoms move. He explained energy and mass. He explained time and space. These weren't small ideas. These were ideas that rewrote the rules of physics. Ideas that scientists still study today. Ideas that made him the most famous scientist in the world. And remember, this was the same man who failed math. The same man teachers said would never succeed. The same man who worked a boring job in a patent office. Nobody asked him to write these papers. Nobody paid him. Nobody even knew he was working on them.
He did it because he had to, because his mind refused to stay small, because failure didn't kill his curiosity. The boy who couldn't speak until age 4 just explained how the universe works. The student who failed school just became a genius. The man everyone rejected just changed history. And here's the lesson. Your circumstances don't define your future. Your past doesn't control your potential. Your struggles don't mean you're broken. Einstein proved that, and now it's your turn to prove it too.
Chapter 5. The Lesson for You. Section 1. What Einstein's story really means. So what does this story mean for you? You're here because you're learning English. Maybe it's hard. Maybe it feels impossible. Maybe you've tried before and failed. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you're scared. Einstein felt that way too. But his story teaches us something powerful, something you need to hear right now. Lesson 1. Failure doesn't mean you're stupid. It means the system doesn't understand you yet. Einstein failed school, but he wasn't the problem. The system was. And the same is true for you. If English feels hard, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're still learning, still growing, still becoming. Lesson 2. Your path doesn't have to look like everyone else's. Einstein learned differently. He thought differently. He worked differently. And that's okay. You don't have to learn English the way your teacher says. You don't have to follow someone else's timeline. Find what works for you. Trust your process. Lesson 3. Patience and persistence matter more than perfection. Einstein didn't become a genius overnight. He spent years thinking, failing, trying again. He didn't give up, and neither should you. Every day you practice English, you're getting better. Even if you can't see it yet, even if it feels slow, you're growing. Lesson 4. Your struggles are preparing you for something bigger. Einstein's failures made him stronger. His rejection made him hungrier. His loneliness made him focus. And your struggles with English, they're not stopping you. They're shaping you. They're teaching you discipline, patience, resilience, courage.
These lessons aren't just about English, they're about life. Einstein's teachers didn't believe in him, but he believed in himself, and that made all the difference. So I'm asking you, do you believe in yourself? Do you believe you can learn English? Do you believe you can grow? Do you believe your future can be different from your past? Because Einstein's story proves it's possible. The boy who couldn't speak became the man who explained the universe. The student who failed math became the greatest scientist in history. And you can become fluent. You can become confident. You can become the person you dream of being. But first, you have to start.
Chapter 6. Your Quiet Revolution. Section 1. Start where you are. Einstein didn't wake up as a genius. He became one, step by step, failure by failure, question by question. And that's exactly how you'll learn English. Not overnight, not perfectly, but steadily, consistently, powerfully. You don't need to be perfect today. You just need to start. Learn one word, watch one video, try one conversation, read one sentence, speak one line. That's all. Just one step, then another, then another. Einstein didn't have a lab. He didn't have money. He didn't have support. But he had something more important. He refused to give up. You have that same power.
Right now, you might feel tired. You might feel discouraged. You might think, I'll never get there. But Einstein's teachers thought the same thing about him, and they were wrong. Your doubts are lying to you. Your fear is lying to you. Your past failures are lying to you. The truth is this: you're not broken, you're becoming. Every mistake you make in English is teaching you something. Every word you forget is training your memory. Every time you try and fail, you're building resilience. You're not behind, you're exactly where you need to be. And somewhere, right now, the next Einstein is learning English. Someone who feels weak, someone who feels slow, someone who doubts themselves. Maybe it's you.
Maybe years from now, someone will tell your story. The person who struggled with English but refused to quit. The person who felt small but chose to grow. The person who failed 100 times but succeeded once, and that one time changed everything.
Einstein's revolution started in a quiet office. Yours starts right here, right now. So take a breath, believe in yourself, and take the next step. Your quiet revolution has already begun. And that's Einstein's story. But now I want to hear your story. Are you ready to start your own quiet revolution? Subscribe to English Learning Radio and join thousands of learners who are changing their lives, one word, one video, one day at a time. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's one thing you'll do today to improve your English? I'm John, and I believe in you. See you in the next story. Bye.